Have you ever asked what is the best online business to start? If so, this video is for you because today we'll be looking at some of the popular online business models and comparing to see which one might be best for you. So I'll be laying out pros and cons of each business model so that you can decide which one might suit you best. So, hi, my name is Tiffany Domina. Welcome to the How to Entrepreneur YouTube channel, where we talk about how to start and grow businesses from idea to full-time income and from full-time income to enterprise. If you haven't yet, definitely subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so you can be notified of upcoming videos. So before we get started, I want to talk to you about what the different types of online businesses are. So let's jump right in. So there are several types of online businesses that you can start, but in the online space, there are typically a few different business models that everyone builds upon, and those are affiliate marketing, e-commerce, drop shipping, selling services, selling products, and membership sites. And over time, many online businesses stack various different types of business models on top of one another, and they have a hybrid. But this is only after successfully building one and reinvesting into adding other income streams. So first, what is affiliate marketing? So affiliate marketing is basically a partnership between three parties: an affiliate, a merchant, and a tracking software or affiliate network. And in the partnership, the affiliate will build an audience with a common interest and recommend the products and services of the merchant in exchange for a commission. So the tracking software or affiliate network will make sure that the affiliate's referral is credited to them and their pay as agreed upon. The merchant will make sure the customer receives the products or services the affiliate recommended and that they're satisfied. And this business model is typically a low risk to start because affiliates can partner with merchants that have good reputations and good products, and there's very low startup costs. So the skills to be a successful affiliate marketer translate very well into other business models as well. So that's another benefit to starting with affiliate marketing. Now, what is e-commerce? E-commerce is the process of making commercial transactions online. In other words, it's any transaction that you make online with the hopes to achieve a business goal. There are many ways to go about e-commerce. Most people are using e-commerce software, negotiating with manufacturers, or becoming manufacturers to create products with their own branding, and using the internet to attract potential customers and sales. Now, similar to e-commerce, there is drop shipping, and this is also another very popular business model. Many people are setting up sites that look like they manage the customer fulfillment. So on the front end, you'll see a shopping cart, you'll see different products and possibly services, and when you place the order, they take the orders that are placed on their website and they put the orders at another website who fulfills them. So for example, some people will list products on their website that are actually sold on Amazon. They mark up the price, and when a customer buys the product from their website, they will place the order at Amazon for delivery to the customer. So the customer may never know that it's a drop shipping website or that their order was actually fulfilled by a different site. So now, what is selling services? So let's say you're an accountant or maybe a lawyer or maybe a marketer, and you could sell your services using the internet. Many people who have a skill or a trade build websites that can attract customers and sell their services online. The services can range. You can find people selling services online like legal, accounting, home renovation, catering, and lots of other services. Now with lots of technology like webinar software and meeting software and different things, it's easier to offer a service using the internet. Now, what is selling products? Now, this is something that is very traditional. You can do this offline or you can do it online. But if you have a product-based business where you make products, whether they're digital or whether they're physical, then you can attract customers using various traffic generation methods and sell the products online. The product types can range from online courses, printables, ebooks, handmade products, manufactured products, imported products, and the list can really go on and on. But you can sell these products online. And lastly, what are membership sites? So if you have a product or a service that people will demand on a reoccurring basis, then you can set up a membership site, and that might be a good option for both maintaining regularity within your business and also for the customer to consistently get the delivery of the product or service that they need. So nowadays, membership sites are offering access to things like online courses, intellectual property in the case of sites like Hulu, Netflix, CrossFlix, or other sites. You have online networking communities that you might have access to for a membership price. You can have ongoing services like SEO or bookkeeping or legal reviews. Maybe you need legal contracts to be reviewed on a regular basis. Maybe you need social media management on a regular basis, and there's other services like that that you may need to pay on a reoccurring basis. So you can actually set those services up to be offered from your website. And then there's subscription boxes or reoccurring product shipments. So for example, if you offer something that runs out on a pretty consistent basis, then you can offer reoccurring product shipments for that product. So a lot of toiletries can be offered like that, or even clothing can be offered like that. It's really contingent on the market that you serve. So what are the most important factors to consider when choosing a business model? Now, I would say the most important factors to consider are startup costs. You have to know the startup costs of each business model because that helps you to make an informed business decision. The startup costs typically come from your own personal finances or a cash infusion from somewhere or someone else. But either way, you have to know how much money you need to start the business, and it's important to know that so that you can evaluate which one is most suitable for the budget that you have. Many people actually get started into business without planning it, and it becomes harder for them to sustain the bandwidth needed to bring the business to profit. But if you plan realistically, it's more likely you'll be able to withstand the challenges and get the business to a profitable stage. When you're considering startup costs, you want to make sure to include your education costs, your consulting costs, your customer acquisition costs. A lot of people don't think about how much it costs to get a new customer. But if you have to do advertising, even if you have to write articles or do social media posting, and at some point you have to calculate that that's taking time away from something else, and that costs. Even if you do it yourself, it still is a labor cost associated with acquiring a new customer. Whether you go door to door or whatever you do, it still costs something, and you want to count that as a labor cost. And then you have labor costs that might be associated with like customer service, or labor costs that might be associated with delivering the service or delivering the product that you offer. And then you have tools and equipment. So what supplies, what equipment do you need to fulfill the service? And there's other things that you might suspect that you need for the business, and you want to write those down so that way you can make an accurate startup budget. So number 2, you also want to consider your background and your knowledge. So a lot of people will make it seem that business models are quick or they're easy, and they explain these business models and make them look so easy. But it's important to know that the timeline for a business to produce results will range from person to person. So each person has their own background, their own natural skills, their own professional skills, their own talents, and a network that can be a benefit or a disadvantage to their business pursuit. And you want to keep this in mind. So for example, I've seen a lot of people who want to start an affiliate marketing business, but they don't want to create content, or they don't have a good command of the English language. So it's going to take them a little longer to get results than someone who has a full command of the English language and the skill to write or to speak well. So these are just some things to consider, and this applies to the other business models as well. I've personally worked with a lot of people who are interested in affiliate marketing, but even with e-commerce or starting a software as a service business or whatever online business you decide to start, they all use content to help them with the sales process. So you have your landing pages, you have your sales pages, you have your blog posts, you have videos, podcasts, all of those things that help to build trust and also help to answer objections, help to get people to use the software or the process properly, and on and on. So this is something to be mindful of. It's also important to take note of what most successful business owners who are succeeding with the business model that you're considering, it's important to take note of what they're doing, evaluate the skills that they have and what skills you may need to develop. So when you're setting your goals, you want to be realistic with where you're starting and what skills you need to develop in order to be successful. So skill development, implementing new routines, and changing habits is a big part of succeeding in any business. Number 3, you also want to be mindful of your network. They say birds of a feather flock together. So successful affiliate marketers surround themselves with other successful affiliate marketers. And it's the same for other business models. When you look at e-commerce, a lot of successful people in e-commerce will also have friends who are successful in e-commerce. And it's something that they do, and it's something that is needed in any industry, so that you can kind of feed off of each other's ideas, encourage each other, and so on. So when you're starting out, you might not be connected to anyone who's doing what you want to do, but it's important to find a group that's relatable, that's polite, and that makes you feel at home, so that you feel comfortable asking questions, sharing when you're discouraged, and celebrating your wins. So I've personally been very blessed to be a part of a great community of entrepreneurs who have been interested in the same business model as I am. And I continue to find communities of people when there's something that I'm interested in doing in my business, then I find people who have done it before and who can give good feedback and advice so that I can be successful with that new business move. So number 4, it's also important to understand the general process of how a business grows. Is very comparable to parenting. You start off and the business is very dependent on you, and you need to build it to where it becomes independent. And that's where a lot of people see passive income in business, is after you've trained the business and you've hired people and trained them and you have loyalty and various things inside of the business, then it does have passive components to it. But regardless of which business model you decide to start, it's important to know that businesses usually take 2 to 5 years to reach a profitable stage. And I don't say this because I've made it up, but I have lots of entrepreneurship textbooks from courses that I took in school, and they actually say this. So it takes time for a business to become profitable. It doesn't take 1 month or 1 week or something like that. But there's a lot of people that will have you to believe that that's possible. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just less likely than what a lot of people portray. So first, when you have to invest in the business, whether that's in education, tools, equipment, labor, getting customers, legal, accounting costs, and all of those things. And then depending on the business model, you may spend more or less on all of those types of expenses. And even when the business is making money, it may take time before every dollar that you've put into the business and courses and domains and hosting and ads and all of those things comes back to you. And it takes even longer for all of the money to come back, plus more. And this is what usually takes 2+ years for a new business to reach. And that's when you're talking about profit. So it's really important that when you're trying to choose a business model to start with, that you look at the pros and cons of each different option. So in this portion of the video, we'll be talking about the pros and cons of each of the business models that I mentioned before, so that you can decide which one might suit you best. As I'm going through the pros and cons, it might also be a good idea for you to grab a notebook or something like that so you can write down pros and cons that might be specific to you. And once you have a list of pros and cons that might be specific for you, then it's easier to eliminate and to decide which one would work best for you. So let's jump right into the pros and cons. So a lot of people go through this process where they're doing research about affiliate marketing or drop shipping or e-commerce and all of that. And this is why I wanted to lay out some pros and cons for you to think about. Now, with affiliate marketing, the pros are that it's very lucrative, it's lots of income growth opportunities, the business model can be started for less than $1,000, there's lots of networking communities that you can join and participate in, people who are actively doing affiliate marketing. There's low-cost education. So in some business models, you'll find yourself paying thousands of dollars to learn how the business model works. With affiliate marketing, there are lots of low-cost opportunities for you to learn how the business model works. Now, the tools and the equipment are also fairly low in cost. You need things like hosting, you need a domain name, a content management system, and so on. And the cost for those is fairly inexpensive. And the labor costs can also be low if you decide to do a majority of the work. If you decide to start out by hiring writers and editors and all of the different staff members to run a full-blown team, then it's not going to be as low cost. But if you start out with doing the work yourself, learning how to build the website, learning how to generate traffic yourself, then you can actually have fairly low labor costs. It's also not much customer support or shipment refunds or variable costs to worry about. A lot of the costs that you decide to take on when you're starting an affiliate marketing business will be stable costs. So it's very easy to budget, very easy to see what your profit margins are and all of those things. And it's lots of success stories. So there are lots of people who have done affiliate marketing successfully and lots of businesses who do affiliate marketing as a revenue stream as well. So you'll find lots of people who are successful with affiliate marketing and different stories about that. And then there's also location freedom. So because you don't have an inventory to manage, or you can have a fairly small team or no team at all, then you can have a lot of location freedom. All you need in order to do affiliate marketing is your laptop and the internet connection. So really, you can travel all over the world and still make money with affiliate marketing. And then there's lots of time flexibility because you don't necessarily have to work during business hours. As long as you are publishing content and nurturing your audience well, then you can do that at any time and schedule your posts to go out. So then there's lots of time flexibility as long as you are maintaining the routine that you need to run your business, then you can have lots of time flexibility. And there's also passive income components. So there are many days that I wake up with messages saying congratulations, you've gotten a commission, and those are really exciting because while I'm asleep, I'm not actually working. So it's nice to have passive income components where you can make money even when you're not working. But some of the cons are that it can take more than 1 year to generate a consistent income. Now, this is normal for overall business growth, but it's also consistent with affiliate marketing. And it can also take more than 2 years to generate a consistent full-time income. So these are some things to be mindful of. This isn't unique to affiliate marketing. These are the same statistics that you can find in entrepreneurship books and also with the other online business models as well. So this is just something to be mindful of, and it is a con of affiliate marketing or any business for that matter. So as far as e-commerce, the pros are that it can be very lucrative. It can have lots of growth opportunities. There are many niches to choose from, and of course many products to choose from. So this can be very appealing with e-commerce. A lot of the same opportunities that are available with affiliate marketing can also be available with e-commerce. Like you can have some extent of time flexibility, some extent of location freedom, but you have to have a way to manage the shipment, the manufacturing, and all of the background work of product development in a way that it can be a location independent. So there's more things to work out before you can have those same benefits that you get with affiliate marketing. Now, another con is that it's higher startup costs because you have to do product development and testing. So when you first bring a product to the market, it's not necessarily always going to sell right off the shelves immediately. You have to test your funnel, your sales funnel, to make sure that that the customer has a good buying experience. You have to build your traffic to make sure that you're getting new interested customers to your business. You also have to make sure that the product delivers on all of their expectations, and that process can take a lot of feedback looping, where you are getting feedback from customers who have tried it, and you're using that feedback to improve and improve and improve the product. And that can take a while before you really get the product to a point where it's making lots of sales, because the features and the benefits are that suitable to the market. So that's something to think about. There's higher startup costs because of the product development. Sometimes the product development can also require you to do things with intellectual property law, like copyrights, trademarks, and all of those things, and patents. And so it can cost more to take part in that process of product development and testing. There's also usually higher tool and equipment costs than other business models when it comes to e-commerce. Like, for example, you usually will have a higher hosting package than just the standard shared hosting package. So you need to use more resources because the site has more mechanics to it. So the cost of things like hosting would be higher. The cost of possibly your conversion funnels might be higher. You might have more in advertising costs because you are trying to attract customers at a faster pace. So you may have more costs in order to make e-commerce work. In addition to the equipment and the tool costs, you may also have higher education costs than other business models, because e-commerce, usually the courses are more expensive. So this is something else to think about. The cost of an e-commerce course versus the cost for an affiliate marketing course is going to be a lot different. You have to learn a lot of the same things that you have to learn for affiliate marketing, and then you have to add even more skills onto that. So the cost of the education is going to be higher. And it also may take a while to generate the traffic to get the sales and the income. So you may need to afford the higher operation costs for a longer stint of time. So if you are advertising, you may need to run the ads for a while before you really have a good sample, before you can make good hypotheses about how to improve the funnel. You may also need to have the e-commerce site for a while, whether you decide to go with Shopify or WooCommerce or whoever you decide to go with. You might have the higher hosting costs for a while. So all of these costs, you might need to carry them for a stint of time until you're able to generate a profit on your investment. And like I said before, with affiliate marketing, is the same is true with e-commerce. It may take more than 1 year to generate a consistent income, and it may take more than 2 years to generate a consistent full-time income. And so in addition to those things, you deal with the traffic generation, you deal with the sales and the customer fulfillment, you deal with the refunds and all of those things as an e-commerce startup entrepreneur. So this is something to think about. If you decide to start with a business model like affiliate marketing, you can start to generate revenue. You can start out with products that are already tested, and you can use the money, reinvest that to grow your team, so that when you go into e-commerce or another business model, you can have help, and that would make it a lot easier to do. You can also it also makes it where you're not necessarily coming up with as much money up front, but that would be how I would recommend you start out, because the skills are transferable and all of those things. So looking at dropshipping is also another very popular business model. Some of the pros are that it can be lucrative. It can have lots of growth opportunities. And like I said, with e-commerce, there are many niches to choose from. And the same thing with affiliate marketing. The cons are that you can sometimes be sandwiched in the middle when a customer requests a refund and you have to request the refund from the vendor. This can happen quite a bit. Or if the customer has a question about the back-end process of product development or anything like that, the drop shipper doesn't typically have that information. So they have to take the message from their customer and put that message in to the vendor and take the response back and kind of play telephone. And the same thing if there's a refund. If they've already placed the order with the vendor, then and they haven't gotten the money back yet, the customer may be upset. Maybe the processing takes a long time because it has to go from more than one site and more than one company in order to get the response back to the customer. So that being sandwiched in the middle, I've seen a lot of drop shippers who find it to be a big con. Also, customers can get frustrated because of the time communication takes, because you are in the middle instead of being directly working with the team that deals with the product development, the shipment, and everything else. So you're kind of like a remote individual, and there's the business doing all the operations. And because of the independence of the two companies, then it can take longer. The communication can be a longer lapse of time. Added to that, the tools and the equipment costs can be higher than other business models, like if you were to sell your own services or if you were to do affiliate marketing. And the reason is because, like I mentioned with e-commerce, you still would have the higher hosting costs. You would still have possibly higher tool and equipment costs if you wanted to use like plugins or for WordPress, or even if you wanted to have a monthly subscription to somewhere like Shopify so that you can have an e-commerce store. all of those costs would be higher tool and equipment costs than other business models. The education costs are higher than other business models as well, because you have to learn about e-commerce, you have to learn about driving traffic, building websites, especially e-commerce websites, and you also have to learn about how to find vendors, how to drop ship. So that's a separate part that you have to learn. And so the education costs can be higher than other business models. Also, it may take a while to generate the traffic to get sales and income, so you may need to afford the higher operation costs for a longer stint of time. It can take more than 1 year to generate a consistent income. It can take more than 2 years to generate a consistent full-time income. And like with e-commerce, you deal with the traffic generation, the sales, the customer fulfillment, the refunds, and all of those things as well. So you're just sandwiched in the middle and kind of like the face for another company that's also selling their products. Now, with selling services, including lead generation, the pros are that it's typically higher ticket. So, for example, if you were to sell a service like search engine optimization, or if you were to sell a service like you're a lawyer and you are reviewing documents or contracts for someone, those services are typically higher cost because they're actually a time money exchange. And so you typically charge higher than you would for other things. And because of the higher ticket costs, a lot of people find that you need a lower volume of customers to make a full-time income. And so it can be very lucrative. It can have lots of growth opportunities. There are many services that you can sell, many skills that you can develop. And it requires lower sales volume for lucrative incomes in most cases. And lots of platforms like Upwork or Fiverr make it easy to find clients when they're in need. But some of the cons are that it requires more laborers to scale in most cases. So you can only take on so many appointments as a solopreneur, and so you have to start to scale in order to leverage your time. And it also takes a higher concentration of workers to customers than other business models. You may have higher tool and equipment costs than other business models, and typically it requires mastery of a skill, so the education costs may be higher than other business models. So in order to offer a service, you have to really be good at the service that you're offering. So whether it's accounting, whether it's marketing, whether it's generating leads for people, you have to get really good at that service in order to offer it to other people. And as a result, it takes time and it takes practice in order to master the skill so that you can sell it and serve others. So now, as far as membership sites, the pros are that it's a recurring revenue stream. It's a fairly predictable income if you can stabilize the flow of new customers and the retention. It's great for building long-term relationships. The cons are that you have to consistently manage expectations and deliver enough to get people to stay. So if you're looking for something that's completely passive, then membership sites aren't typically the business model for you, because you have to continue to give value at a pace that people are happy with so that you can manage your flow of new customers, your reputation, and your retention. Also, more may be required with customer support than a model like affiliate marketing, because you have to respond to your members. You might include live events and different things in order to engage your members, and you have to do more with customer support. Added to that is higher tools and equipment costs. A lot of times you have to have like membership software or some type of equipment that helps you to manage the membership, the billing, the password features, the logins, and just the overall customer flow, the customer service, who needs what, your scheduling, your project management. There's various things that you may need in order to manage a membership site. And added to that, there's a higher education cost because in most cases, people are sign up for a membership because of either your mastery of your services. So if they sign up for for example, a marketing membership, they are expecting to learn from a person who's good at marketing. So they sign up because you're a master at what you do, and they may be signing up for continuous education, or they may be signing up for great entertainment. In the case of something like Netflix or Hulu, they sign up because they are getting new movies consistently. So all of these are pros and cons of the very popular business models. If you're interested in seeing more breakdowns, more pros and cons, I have other articles here that compares affiliate marketing versus membership sites, or affiliate marketing versus creating your own products, or affiliate marketing versus rank and rent SEO. And you can check out all of these articles by stopping by How to Entrepreneur. Now, one question that's commonly asked by startup entrepreneurs who are thinking about starting an online business, they ask, how long will it take to get a return on investment? And unfortunately, there's no surefire way to say how long it will take to get your money back, or even how long it'll take you to break even, because everyone is different. Now, if you have relevant skills that you're transitioning into entrepreneurship, and relevant skills that you have that you'll be using to run your business, then that's going to definitely be an advantage. Also, if you're conscious about how to keep your expenses low relative to the revenue, how to raise your sales volume, how to price well, and all of those things, then it's likely you'll reach a profitable stage sooner. But a lot of people have a learning curve with managing their expenses, increasing their sales volume, and selling products or services that are priced well. All of these things are a learning curve. A lot of startup entrepreneurs may start out thinking that they want to sell low-cost products because they feel uncomfortable with sales. It's just so many different skills that you have to build to be very good as an entrepreneur, whether you decide to go into online business or offline business. And as a result of that, it takes a learning curve. So these are just some things to be mindful of. And also, now, which requires the most skills and training of these business models? Now, this is an opinion. In my opinion, affiliate marketing requires the least amount of unique skills. And this is comparing, when I say unique skills, I mean that you need to sell affiliate products. The skills that you need to sell affiliate products are the same skills that you need to sell your own products, to sell memberships, or to sell services online. So if once you develop the skills that you need to sell other people's products or other people's services, then you can take those same skills to sell your own. And so that's what I mean by by unique skills. You need to know how to choose an audience to serve, how to build a website, how to attract customers, and how to convert the interested prospects into buyers. And affiliate marketing teaches you all the digital marketing skills that you need to know in order to do that online. Now, if you know how to do each of these 4 things, you'll be successful with any of the business models. However, if you intend to do these 4 things online, it can be a bit of a learning curve. So each business model will require skills and training, and it's important for you to be aware of the learning curve each business model may require, because the learning curve can delay the process of making money. Now, like I said before, if you have relevant skills, then you can expedite that learning curve in one business model versus the other. Now, my recommendation, now this is my opinion, which business model I think is best for online business or for startup entrepreneurs. In my opinion, I believe affiliate marketing is the best to start because it has the lowest barrier to entry. However, if you are in a rush to make money, you may want to consider selling services as well. Affiliate marketing is low cost and is simple to learn, but it takes time to practice and to make the process work for you. But if you've mastered a skill, you may be able to get people to pay you a higher ticket price for a lower sales volume, and this could benefit you short term if you need to make money quicker. So when I started out online, I started out with freelancing digital marketing services, and I was able to generate higher revenue for the services that I offered. But when I decide to switch to affiliate marketing, I might be selling products that are much less, the price for the product is much lower than how much I was selling my services for. So I would need a lot more customers to buy the lower ticket product versus my higher ticket services. So this is just something to be mindful of. Now, services definitely is not passive. You're exchanging your time for money because you have to deliver the service, you have to do customer service, you have to do more customer interaction. And so those are some of the things you have to think about when you are doing a service, but it can be something that is helpful if you are looking to increase your revenue quickly. I only recommend e-commerce after you've developed the basic digital marketing skills you'll learn from studying affiliate marketing. So e-commerce is a good way to run a business, of course, but it's also something that you can stack onto other things. And for most cases, I wouldn't recommend you starting out with e-commerce, but in some cases, it might be feasible. So this is what I believe is a good option for starting an online business. Now, to wrap all this up, hopefully this has been helpful for you. Hopefully it answered the question that you had about what is the best online business to start. I'm hoping that it was very thorough and it helped you to really evaluate the good and the bad part of each business model. And maybe not bad, but hopefully it helped you to see the pros and the cons, in other words, so that you can decide which one would work best for you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, where I do product and service reviews, as well as growth strategies to help you grow a business from idea to full-time income and from full-time income to enterprise, then definitely subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so you can be notified of upcoming videos. That's all I have for this video, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.